Hello and welcome to Christmas Crafts 365. My name's Angela and today I'm going to be painting these whimsical mushroom ornaments. I actually found these at Joann Fabrics last year at an after Christmas sale, and they were not an ornament, so I drilled a hole and sanded off the extra wood that kind of frayed whenever I drilled it. And I thought they would be a perfect addition to my craft show, so I bought the rest that they had. They only had 5, but I think that they'll be a great little addition. I've noticed that mushrooms have really been popping up all over the place in home decor stores and craft stores, and yeah, they're super cute, so I understand why people like them. Other than seeing them in stores, I really don't know much about them. I actually didn't even think that they grew in my area, but the other day my sister showed me a picture of one in a woods that she was walking through, and I thought, oh, maybe they do grow where I live, so I thought that was pretty neat. I wanted to blend the colors and make a nice gradient, so I'm using several different shades of red, and I also mixed one to make it even lighter. And it took a while to do the blending because I really wanted a nice gradient, so a little bit of a light pink in the middle and a darker burgundy around the outside. And yeah, it took a little bit of time, kind of a lot of blending, going back and forth to make it look really nice. A lot of times I use Posca pens, but for something like this, definitely had to use a paintbrush in order to make a nice gradient. And this mushroom is called the fly agaric, and if you're wondering how I knew that, is because I googled it. I had no idea before I started painting this. I've always seen them in pictures, but I had no idea it was called the fly agaric. I also wanted to paint the edges so that it was nice and clean, so I did that with the top and the bottom of the mushroom. Now I'm starting to paint this stem and just painting it a nice crisp white color and going in with the fun part of adding the little details. So the underneath side where there's that little flappy flesh of mushroom, kind of those flappy looking skin pieces, that's called the annulus, which again, Google, thank you. So yeah, I definitely needed to look up some terms to know what in the world everything was called, but so you can Google fly agaric anatomy and it will tell you all the body parts that you need to know. I did also add a little bit of value to the underneath side, so it looks like it has a shadow under there. And with the same gray paint, I added some little stripes here and there, making it a little bit more defined and textured, so it didn't just look like a smooth surface. So just going back and forth, blending all of those little areas to really make it look a little bit more realistic. The funny thing happened actually just today. I went into my living room to water a flower, and there was a little hole in the bottom of the flower pot where it drains extra water, and there was actually a mushroom growing inside of it, but it was not this red mushroom. It was a bright yellow one, and I thought, what in the world? So I did pull it out of there because I thought, that is so weird that I am in the process of making these and there also happens to be a mushroom inside my house right now. So that was really funny. But I did go over and do a little bit more blending with the gradient because as it dried, you could kind of see some streaks, so I wanted to give it a second coat of paint. When I started using the dots, I used my dotting tool and tested it out on a scrap piece of paper first, so I felt confident going in because I didn't want to make any mistakes. But it was super easy. These are just random little blobs, so you really can't go wrong. Just different sizes, large, small, medium. And I just added those all over the top of the mushroom. This mushroom reminds me of Mario. I don't know if any of you ever play those Mario games, but with like Toad and Toadette, so I think they're really, really super cute. After finishing the dots, I also added the very last little finishing touch, and these are called the gills. These little stripes that go on the underneath side, so the same gray paint I had before, painting really thin and just wiggly lines curving in the same direction that the mushroom is going, and that really made it look really realistic. I think this was a very necessary touch to the bottom of the mushroom. And just so you know what I did with the back, I did just paint the top part just the burgundy color, so that's not just that plain wood. Sometimes when you paint, the edges of the paint kind of spill over the back. So I added the white as well to the bottom of the stem. I used a nice pretty red ribbon to go around the top to make the little hanger so you can hang it on a tree. And this is so cute, you could definitely hang it up all year long. It doesn't have to just be a Christmas ornament. And here's the finished product. I think they all turned out really, really well. I hope people really like them at my coming up craft show. And if you liked this video, don't forget to subscribe. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.